Hi everyone, my name's Liz.
I'm Margaret.
And this is Honey, my dog. This is Shamanic Woo, our podcast. Welcome.
Cheers.
Today we are drinking some honey, ginger, lemon tea. Really good for the digestion and for the third chakra. Really fires things up. It's great for warming the body. It helps after a big meal, especially after dinner, right before bed. It calms everything down and gets everything moving. The reason we're doing this month is because we are studying the fire element.
Yeah, and people usually kind of correspond the action of ginger with like suppressing nausea, right? It goes to the stomach and soothes it, but it has a much bigger role in our bodies in what it helps us transmute spiritually, right? It really brings that activation of fire element to our bodies. And we need that. We need to do that when we are in deep transformation, especially in the middle of winter where we are now. We need that warmth, and we need to prepare for spring, for when we are going to be ready to come out like full blast, like with our livers super healthy and ready, with our willpower and vibrationally set to make it our next best, year and iteration of who we are.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing I really love about ginger is it's very common. You can use it fresh or dried. One thing I really love to do with it is to make an electuary. And an electuary, if you don't know, is when you take powdered herbs and mix them directly into honey. And they're dried anyway, so it's preserved, but then you can just take that by the spoonful in the mouth. You can mix it in, especially with the ginger electuary. You can do about 1/3 ginger, 2/3 honey, or even up to 1/2 if you like it a little stronger. You just take a spoonful of that mixture, put it into hot water, and add some lemon, and that makes a really nice tea, especially warming for the winter. And I'll be making a video of that soon to share with you all.
It's delicious. It's so good. I mean, this is like the perfect balance of like sweet and sour and just like depth of flavor, the richness that's really specific to ginger. And ginger is sort of, I feel like, one of those things it's its own herb. Like very few things can compare to it. One of the reasons that I really love feeling into like signatures of plants and roots and herbs is that it corresponds, like we were talking about, exactly to a specific soul center chakra. Of course, ginger would correspond to the yellow of the center chakra, and also how it looks like those aspects of our physical bodies. Like it looks kind of like the digestive system. It looks like the stomach, the upper gastric. And I love how nature speaks to us, and how when we tune into the whole plant, that's when we get the whole benefit, like holistically in our spirit as well as our body.
I love that you said that. It reminds me of Spagyrics, which I'm new to. I'm still learning a lot about, but from what I've gathered, it separates all the parts of the plants and goes through a series of distillation processes, and it ends on the fire element. So it burns up the remainder of the plant material, which if any of you are herbalists, you might know that a lot of times that material is discarded. Excuse me. But this actually takes apart all the elements and then puts them back together. And then with that, it is kind of the highest form of medicine, and it treats all parts of the body, including the spiritual aspects. So I think that's really beautiful, especially, you know, thinking about the purification of fire, the rebirthing, like that phoenix energy of starting fresh and new with something. So yeah.
And it takes it down to like its most pure form, right? Its most unadulterated form, and the most sort of potent aspect of that, the soul signature of that, in the sort of the ash, like what can arise from that. And we were talking about how purification spiritually happens in a lot of ways, and the most kind of potent way is through fire, right? So like the aspect of fire, the spiritual kind of nature of feeling fire and heat in the body. For instance, if we are in meditation and we really feel like we're moving through some big energy, specifically like anger energy or deep grief, frustration, even a lot of shame, right? You hear about like the burning of shame, the face flushed and on fire, like all of that is spiritual and really moving through these aspects of our soul energy, karma, right? The burning away of karma, karmic cycles. And we being the ones who have reincarnated to do that. Like if you're working with herbs and you're working with, you know, shamanic anything woo, you're probably here because you've reincarnated to do some big work. And so really anchoring that in having help with that, with, you know, with an herbal friend that can really facilitate it is really important.
Yeah, I love that you said that. It's so important to look at all of the systems of the body, not just the physical symptoms that we, you know, those are the ones that our body is telling us, like, to pay attention, but usually it's a deeper soul problem. And so that's why I love, especially the work that you do, Margaret, because, you know, you're looking at body systems as a whole, but how it, you know, came in, you know, and our body stores things, whether it's like good things or traumatic things. We hold it in our, not only first maybe in our energetic field, but then it goes into our tissues. So to release that, a lot of times it's like you can't just treat the physical symptoms of it. So that's kind of what's interesting about looking at it as the whole body system at the same time as the whole plant. You know, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah, especially when they can mirror one another and mirror the process. Like you're going through the transformation, and like Liz was talking about, like the burning away, the purification, starting with the holistic aspect of the plant. Like make it really that third dimensional tie-in to like you're watching it work. You're watching it work. You're feeling it work for you. All of those are really important concepts that work together to keep us really intact, close to our soul, close to the earth, and close to the medicine that is here for us as well. And we're going to be talking about both of these things. We have a full moon ceremony on Imbolc, which is on the full moon, which is Sunday, February 1st. We're going to be doing a lot of this transformative teaching as well as ritual. So we'll have a fire ceremony, we'll have an Imbolc specific candle meditation for Imbolc, and we're going to be talking about and working with the ginger plant.
That's right. So I'll be serving some cacao with ginger and turmeric, both of which are very purifying and good for inflammation and for the gut. And good for the immune system overall, because that's where, you know, immunity starts, right?
Absolutely.
And everything really starts in the gut. So I'll be doing that with cacao, which is, you know, as you know, a heart medicine. And we'll be having our sister circle, and it's $33 to join, and we'll be at 1803 South 1st Street on February 1st, right?
Yeah,
February 1st, Sunday. Beyond that, we are going to do a fire ceremony, you know, and so that'll be a great chance to kind of finish out this year of the snake, as in, you know, not the traditional calendar, but at the end of February, beginning of March, it turns into the year of the horse. So we're gallivanting ahead, and before we do, we need to clear any last remnants of former selves, who we are, who we were, and then transform into who we want to be. So Year of the Snake's a lot about transformation. We're still in it. We're still feeling it probably a lot from, everything, our political climate, our, everything that's happening on our planet right now, humanity. So just we want to grow that compassion, that love, that kindness for one another, and also transform into like who we're really meant to be. And that's the work that Margaret and I help people with, is both through business, through relationships. Like we really work to help women find their, not just find, but like you're already have your psychic gifts, and just to tune in and how to refine it, how to use it in this world that we're in, and how to take things that are here for us, that are growing, plants, like things that are internal to us, and take who we are and what this world offers, and how we can use those and offer things back to the world, and be who we're meant to be.
It's so important. We are really passionate about transformation and the transformative powers of our sensitive psychic souls. I mean, if you have had like this kind of lifetime where it's been really hard to work for anybody but yourself, or you've had a lot of really big karmic contracts relationally, you've been sort of a black sheep in a family system, you've had a lot of intense, weird chronic health issues, all of those kind of point to you're not from here and you're here. So how do we kind of make the most of it, and how do we make the most of, like Liz was saying, like what's been given to us to use as tools around us that work with us holistically, just not on the surface level, but that where we can find that kind of like that depth and that connection with this planet and with each other. And we are so passionate about that. And our spring equinox retreat is going to reflect that, because we're going to be doing, Liz is going to be doing her famous sound bath, and as well as her herbal teaching. I'm going to be teaching energy medicine, and we're going to be doing some really special water ritual and ceremony, and that's on the equinox, March 20th through 22nd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as well, like with yoga, we're going to be doing some yoga there as well.
Oh, yeah.
And meditation, and just really kind of like paring it down to the essentials, but like, how are we supposed, like, I don't know if you're anything like I was, and I know Margaret because I've read your book, that from a young age, I knew that there was an important thing I was supposed to do here on the planet, and that, that there was a special purpose, and I didn't fully comprehend what it was, but I knew that I had spirit guides and beings helping me along the way, and I knew that I had to listen to my highest soul calling no matter what.
I love that.
No matter what.
Yeah, it's sort of like that higher like level of galactic loving like guidance is gonna just get you back onto that path, even though it's kind of like the different one or the harder one. Especially as feeling into childhood, where we probably were able to see really deeply already into patterns, maybe not have all the articulate words for them, but we just knew like, okay, this isn't right, or I can see what's going on here, what's going on with the rest of the world, or I'm seeing all the things, and I know I'm supposed to be here doing something with all of that. Really important that we identify with that and feel into where that leads us.
And this world isn't designed for that. So there's a lot of making your own way, paving the way for others, for future generations. And like, we're breaking systems, which is hard. It's hard work, and it requires a very powerful presence and knowing and connection. And so, that is what why we came together, to help women with that connection, with that power, and with their gifts, so that they could fine tune that for themselves, to create something to give back. And all of us together can do that
and move forward with whatever that like natural talent is. And we're also super passionate about community. We've both been creating community for many years, and we know that that's sort of like the secret to how all of this gets activated in our sort of rebellious souls, how this kind of, lands in the third dimension with action, with feeling like we're grounded in the right place with the right people.
Yeah, so stay tuned for more offerings to come.
Yes.
We are going to be doing an online course for women for these purposes, with all the tools that we've gathered over the years.
All the things
to offer you, to help you fine-tune your gifts, to create your offerings, business, love, all the things. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For number 4 podcast of Shamanic Woo. We'll see you next time.